For my doing more of what works for me today, I found myself in a state of appreciation a lot, actually. It's kind of surprising because I don't really consider appreciating things to be a skill of mine. I consider quite the opposite, to not appreciate things to be a tendency of mine. But today I was just noticing how much change I was going through and how much better I've been feeling and how little a lot of other things matter to me. And I just was able to bring clarity to so many situations and notice that about myself. Notice about how clear I am on where it is I'm going and what's going to work for me and what's not going to work for me. I have such an inner self knowing of what works for me and where I want to go and how I want to feel, and I'm so confident in my ability to say, no, that's not going to work for me, or yes, this is where I'm going to be putting my time. And I'm really getting to a place where I'm really appreciating it about myself. And I was offered a couple different examples yesterday of readers who were commenting on things that I wrote. One thing I wrote on day 8, and one thing just from like 3 days ago, that when I shot the videos, and I realized that the comments that they made and in the loving, soothing words that they were offering didn't even matter. It was like they were talking to a different person. They were talking to my old self, and it was like I was already in a place where I'd moved past what was hanging me up before. And so it was like, wow, I'm moving that quickly, where something that was bothering me just 8 days ago or just 3 days ago is now no longer even relevant. Or sometimes something that's bothering me in the middle of a video shoot isn't bothering me by the end of the video because I have that aha moment, I have that breakthrough, and I'm just like, wow, I step up and I move through it. And now I'm bringing that clarity to a lot of things. And I'm seeing the vision for what I want to create with Fearless Movement and what I want to create with the local community and with local classes and with local speaking and sharing and teaching. And I'm getting clear on those visions, and I'm seeing the possibilities for myself. I'm seeing this environment where if I got an idea, I'm just going to run with it and trust that the people who are going to help me implement that idea will either be in a place already where my running with the idea will cause me to meet new people who are ready to help implement that idea, or that a certain amount of people will want to come. They'll like say, "Ooh, that's a great idea. Let's run together," and they'll be right with me on that idea, and they'll be able to hang with me on that particular aspect. And so I want to just create this environment where if I have an idea, I can just run with it, and and everybody knows that I'm just going to be running with ideas. I'm like an idea runner, and so I'll just run with ideas, and I'll jump with them, and I'll catch up with I'll meet who I meet along the way, and we'll find a way to do whatever. But it's just to have that total freedom of, I'm now at a place where I recognize that I'm sort of pulling the people into my life who are on that same wavelength, or on that in a place where it's like, yeah, we're after the same thing, so let's rendezvous on this and let's co-create here. And to know that I don't need to rely on any one person to be that co-creative person, and that I can just sort of jut off in all these different directions, and that I now have the perspective that while it doesn't always keep me in momentum, it keeps me from derailing myself. Because I spent a lot of downtime today. Like the last 6 hours of my day were not they weren't productive at all. And I didn't beat myself up for it, because it just never occurred to me. Just why would I do that to myself? I'm just in such a state of appreciation for myself, and it's kind of cool because while I was in the downtime, it felt kind of good. I had juices flowing at sometimes. Sometimes I wasn't there, but I'm really seeing the shift where something that I used to beat myself up for is now just like, oh, okay, guess I don't feel like doing anything productive. Roll with the punches. And that's, I thought I was flexible and nimble and agile before, but now if I can ride my dips out like that, if I can just not even dip that hard, and when I do dip hard, I always recover so quickly, I'm really getting to the point where I want to see what I can do. I want to start testing myself to see what's possible, and I think I'm going to really enjoy the results and really enjoy the process of discovering new things about myself as I extend myself to maybe uncomfortable situations or take on new challenges, and so we'll see how that evolves.